everyone, I'm Rose Oliver of Double Dragon Alliance, or DDA, and today we have another health tip that we want to share with you. There's been quite a bit of talk recently about the benefits of standing on one leg, not just for obviously balance and improving sort of strength in the legs, but apparently, according to health experts, it's also a very good indicator of your overall longevity. And so the more that you can practice standing on one leg, not only will you improve your balance, but also help prevent sort of muscle wastage and sort of kind of stasis in the lower internal organs, which because so many of us have been working from home and perhaps not getting out as much as usual, but perhaps being more sedentary. This is something that health experts are sort of talking about as a new way to really invigorate your overall good health, but also to kind of give yourself some chance to get over all of that sedentary lifestyle we've all been suffering with under lockdown. So of course, traditional martial arts, you know, they have a lot of these standing static postures, and we also of course have some standing postures on one leg. So let's think about something that we can do for both people who are just starting out as beginners and want something to kind of begin with, and then something a little bit more advanced in terms of more dynamic standing on one leg postures. So I'm going to show you first a sort of beginner's posture that you can work on, and then we'll have the second one, which will be sort of more of an explicit standing on one leg. So the first one is from the Taiji Form. Many of you who've practiced Taiji will know this form. White stork spreads its wings. So for this one, we're going to be kind of helping to borrow a little bit of energy and a little bit of assistance to our balance with the second leg. So the standing leg, so you choose, we're going to do the exercise for both sides, of course, but say to start with, we'll have our right leg as our standing leg. So that's where the majority of your weight will be focused. Want to bend the knee a little bit. The front leg, the left leg, this would be our empty leg. But of course, because we're actually still borrowing a little bit of that energy, you'll have a little bit of weight centered through that front leg as well. So think about 70 or 80% of the weight in the rear leg or right leg, whichever one you're starting with, and 20 to 30% of the weight is going to go through the front leg. When we have the front leg, I'll show you from the sides, we're going to be resting our weight through the ball of the front foot, whereas the standing main leg will be flat on the ground. So just to kind of look at this posture from the front. So our weight is in this rear leg. Let the knees relax a little bit, let the hips relax a little bit. Imagine you're suspended from above, so by an invisible thread to the sky, and just let your weight sort of drop through the body down to the earth. And remember, 20 or 30% of the front leg is bearing a little bit of that weight to kind of give you some stability. For the hand postures, this is like our stork. So think of how a very large stork or crane, how they will open up their wings, and there's a sort of slight twist and turn through to the fingertips. So you have a kind of nice rounded posture, so it's not straight up and down. So we're going to focus our eyes straight forwards, and if you think of the way that a bird flies, as they flap down, the head is rising up. So you have this kind of imagery of, you know, you're supported from above, the feet are in contact with the earth, and you're sort of just spreading your wings, ready to sort of possibly take off. Okay? So from the side, again, standing leg, most of the weight, 70 or 80%. As you can see, just lightly on the ball of the foot, of the front foot, toes slightly turned inwards, just lifting up the right leg, the right hand, and left hand out to the side. And imagine your wings are opening up, you've got the fingertips of those wings slightly opening outwards, and you're slightly gently pressing outwards with the hands, okay? So from this side, you would do this on both legs, but just to look at this from one side. So you have this nice openness through the ribs, and your weight is slightly going forwards, so you're not sort of rocking your weight into the back of the body and through the back leg. There's a slight feeling as if you were about to, take off. and then just relax into the posture. And you can hold that posture for a few minutes, 5 minutes, depends on your strength and ability, but that's a nice way to get into standing on one leg. So that's our sort of opening, more beginners exercise, and of course we would do it to both sides. So although in the Taiji Form you don't see it to the other side, but as a standing exercise you would do the same to the other side as well. Okay, so now let's look at our more advanced posture. Keeping the bird theme, this is golden rooster, stands on one leg. So this one here we actually have the leg raised, so we're not borrowing the energy from that other leg. So if we do the left side now, so okay, we're going to be doing both legs, but we've just been working on the right leg, so let's swap and do the left side. So this one, we want to have the weight in the standing leg. Right leg now is going to be lifting up. So you can decide, so it could be just slightly off the ground, little way off the ground, or you can hold it so it's really quite high with the right knee. And imagine you're being suspended from above with the right knee, and we're going to raise the opposite hand, so left elbow to right knee, fingertips pointing straight up, right hand pushing down. So again, this time it's much stronger posture because we're now trying to balance on one leg only. So if we look from the side, again you see this slight feeling of almost extending forward slightly rather than sort of sitting right back. So you have a slight rounded feeling in the spine. And again, your counterbalance is your two hands. So the right hand pushing down, left fingers like a knife going up to the ceiling. Eyes looking straight forwards. And again, you're still suspended from above. So, and of course, we would do both sides. So this is the opposite leg. We do actually have golden rooster on both legs in the form. So here you've got two really good exercises for building up your standing postures for your single leg standing. So I hope you enjoy them and stay tuned for more health tips in the future.